Imagine the chaos of World War I, trenches filled with mud, constant artillery shelling, and the terrifying sound of machine guns. It was a brutal, unforgiving battlefield. But in the middle of all this horror, one man, a farmer from the hills of Tennessee, did the unthinkable. On October 8, 1918, Sargent Alvin York found himself and his small squad under heavy fire. With his men pinned down, York charged forward, alone. Armed with only his rifle and a pistol, he single-handedly took on an entire German machine gun nest. He silenced more than 30 machine guns, captured 132 enemy soldiers, and led his men to safety. His incredible act of bravery made him one of America's most celebrated heroes of the war. This is the story of how one man's courage changed the course of a battle. Follow for more incredible stories from history. Ever heard of Alvin York? He wasn't born a soldier. In fact, he was the complete opposite. Born in a tiny farming community back in 1887, Alvin grew up poor, spending his days working the land and hunting just to put food on the table for his family. He was a simple man with a strong Christian faith, and the thought of violence, let alone killing, deeply troubled him. But then history came knocking. In 1917, America entered World War I, and Alvin York was drafted. He was hesitant, torn between his beliefs and his duty. Eventually, he accepted his role, knowing his country needed him. He joined the 82nd Infantry Division and was shipped off to the brutal trenches of the Western Front in France. Imagine a world of mud, disease, and the constant roar of artillery, with enemy machine guns waiting at every turn. For a man of peace, this was his new reality. Stay tuned to see how this humble farmer became a legend. Imagine it's October 8, 1918, deep in the Argonne forest of France. World War I is raging, and Sargent Alvin York's unit has a daunting mission: advance against heavily fortified German positions. But the forest is a death trap. Enemy machine guns and snipers are everywhere, making every step a gamble. As they push forward, all hell breaks loose. Intense fire erupts, pinning them down instantly. Soldiers fall left and right, killed or wounded in mere seconds. The situation is dire, almost hopeless. But York, already a legendary marksman from his days hunting in the Tennessee mountains, knew what he had to do. He realized the only way to save his men was to take bold, decisive action. Leading a small group, he began to flank the German machine gun nests. With his rifle and a few grenades, he started taking out the enemy gunners one by one with chilling precision. His incredible calm under fire and deadly accuracy turned the tide. And this is where the story goes from impressive to absolutely legendary. After taking out several machine gun nests, Alvin York found himself face to face with a large group of German soldiers. The historical accounts are just incredible. They say he single-handedly captured 132 enemy soldiers, all armed and ready to surrender. How did he do it? By repeatedly threatening them with his rifle and convincing them they were completely surrounded. Just try to picture that for a moment. You have one man, standing in the middle of battlefield chaos, looking at a force more than twice the size of his entire company, and he comes out on top. His incredible bravery didn't just save his own platoon. It was a pivotal moment that allowed the American forces to advance and played a huge part in the success of the entire offensive. It's a story that almost sounds like fiction, but it really happened. Thanks for watching.